On that, specifically from this budget at this time, what do we need to see in terms of India remaining competitive and moving ahead? And may I request you to look at that?
So, Taman, I think the real thing which is really required is around the GST. Okay, I think as far as the budget is concerned, there's very little in terms of direct taxes. Yes, there could be simplification, rationalization, but which can just be done as an ongoing process. The real thing is to essentially address it through issues like GST, because we probably, from a GST perspective, are probably one of the highest taxed countries in the world. I mean, I don't know if there are too many countries around the world which have 18 and 28% tax rate. Okay, I probably think in most, at least in the developed world, it's probably high single digit, maybe 8% or 12%, number one. And number two is there are still so many components of the economy which are still outside the GST. Like I probably think the entire energy sector is outside the GST. The alcoholic beverages industry is outside the GST. Now, obviously, that requires a huge amount of consensus building, because it's not a decision which can just be taken by the union government or the central government one shot. It requires bringing on board all the 30 states, building a consensus, and saying why this is imperative for India, for us to rationalize the entire GST regime. So that India becomes more competitive, Indian businesses become more competitive. I mean, I was reading somewhere that why are more people going to, say, Malaysia, Thailand, Dubai for a holiday versus India, and you go out there, the taxes are practically not there, or the taxes are maybe 4-5%, versus that here, I don't know what the exact tax rate is, but it's probably 18% or 28%.
Yeah.
I was reading a report this morning that the recruitment industry, which provides manpower to a lot of sectors, services, I think I was reading they've requested that the GST rate should be 5% and not 18 or 28%. The moment you start paying 18 and 28%, that leaves very little in the hands of companies or businesses to give it back to their employees. So these are some of the things which are there, and maybe it's time to kind of really rethink the entire GST apparatus, the tax rates, that does it make sense to have 4 or 5 or 6 different tax rates, to have tax rates which are so high, if you want to essentially make Indian businesses competitive.
Okay, I think we'll